Hello, everybody, and welcome to Chapter Select, Member Special, Season 4, Fast 5 movie commentary. I'm one of your hosts, Max Roberts. Joining me, Logan Moore. Hi.
Max, a lot hinges on this film.
Everything
a lot hinges on this
film.
movie. And I don't just mean within the scope of the franchise, I mean probably my own enjoyment of it based on everything I've heard. Am I going to become a Fast and Furious diehard based on this movie, or am I going to watch this and think, it's okay?
Logan, this is one of the greatest movies ever made.
See, these are the things I've heard for a long time, which makes me kind of concerned that
I'm known for hyperbole. You've known me for
you're
years.
not the... I've heard this going back to high school
I get
about
it,
this
but
movie.
This movie is in my top 3.
Top 3 movies ever?
Ever. This movie's incredible, and it starts now. Oh my gosh.
So dang, they really did the end of
4.
Fast and Furious.
This is like 007 Casino Royale Quantum of Solace.
So did they have... this just makes me curious to know if they knew that Fast 5 was greenlit before they finished making Fast and Furious.
To the Wikipedia page. I assume so.
Because you imagine they filmed this whole sequence before Fast and Furious was even done.
Look at this. Oh my
gosh, a bus just did a flip.
This is how they bust him out of prison. By killing everyone.
That was quite the move by Brian to just stop in front of a bus and expect them to be the ones that stop.
Look at that title card. Look at this intro. Fire, man. Oh my gosh.
Vin Diesel's best friend also shows up in this film. I assume he'll appear on screen soon.
Which one?
His best friend in real life, The Rock.
Oh,
Dwayne Johnson.
You were being sarcastic.
His close buddy.
So, February 3rd, 2010, it was confirmed a 5th film, referred to as Fast 5, was going into production. So, it was after Fast and Furious came out.
So I wonder where they filmed that opening sequence. When they filmed that opening sequence. If that would have been part of Fast and Furious production, or if that would have been literally when they started this movie, they retroactively went back and re-shot how that scene would have gone. If that makes any sense what I'm saying.
Probably just for this movie. Probably just during Fast 5 production. So in case you didn't know where we were with all of the Jesus statue floating. We are in Brazil now. Even the music, man. Yes, give me this generic Southern.
We were in like a good, no one will care about this if you're listening to this, I guess, but we were in like a good streak of watching these films like once every couple days. It's been like 2 weeks since I've watched one of these, so it's like, okay, I'm ready to be entertained by more flipping cars. Hopefully it delivers.
But the other 3 are still so fresh in your mind as of this time.
They are. We've watched them
which
all
is great.
The past month, I think.
Yeah, it's good stuff. And the chronological order is, an interesting perspective for you as well here. We've got Mia and Brian alone in Brazil in a really old, cool GTR.
No matter what part of the world they're in, they find the cool cars to drive.
Brian's always in a GTR, just like Dom's always in a Charger. Look who it is.
It's what's his face, Vince.
Vince!
Why is he in this?
Family, everyone's together, man. Busta.
Of all people that I expected to see, I did not expect him to show up.
I knew it.
Wow, so they really are going to put everybody in this movie.
Jesse. I like how there's still beef between him and Brian.
because he's with Mia.
Well, and now he's, a criminal.
Oh, he's a cop, I guess. He saved his life, though.
Mm-hmm. You'll see it on his arm. You'll see his arm and the scar and stuff, too.
Is this Vince's family, I assume?
Vince's family. He has met a lady, and they have created a child.
Those are things that happen sometimes.
It is. As not
As
that
you would
anyone
know.
can see me. Yeah, my office has turned into a nursery. Yep.
Say, our days of late night recordings are about to end.
Someone's bitter. Family.
I was gonna say, he seems very mad for, I guess he's in a worse spot now, technically. But clearly he's a mob boss in charge of a bunch of people and has a wife and kid. Can't be that upset. Oh, she's having a child.
Let's go.
She's having a child. They just got back together.
Long lost love.
So she's going to be riding around flipping cars this whole film while there's a baby inside of her, and she's not going to tell Brian.
It's early enough. She's clearly first trimester. Very flat, throwing up. It's fun. It's interesting to see our heroes kind of down a peg. They're beaten up, they're low, they're on the run. Haven't really seen that from them in these first 4 movies.
Especially not Brian. He always seems to be a little bit ahead of everybody, whether that be
quite literally
he's on the side of
the
either that be him being a street racing mogul or him being part of law enforcement. He knows what he did.
Was that a guilty look?
He's looking at her. He's like, oh no, I know what happened last month.
Tokyo? Moscow? Dude, just the mention of Tokyo at this time, huge deal. We're like, Tokyo, we need to go back to Tokyo.
But we haven't gone there yet, according
You
to
haven't gone there yet.
chronological order things.
Yeah. But Tokyo, just hearing it mentioned by someone other than Han, just always exciting. Again, I just love how Brian makes sense. He was a cop, but like everyone's a professional criminal. Oh my gosh, I've bumped into you. Excuse me. Oh my gosh.
Is this Vince driving up in the monster
this
truck?
The monster truck.
It looks like a Mad Max vehicle.
Witness me.
Yeah, I do love that Mia's just been sitting in LA, not doing much the past couple of years, and all of a sudden now she's this hardened criminal who knows how to pull off moves like this with ease.
Remember I told you in our first episode, it is important that they all are thieves.
They realize they're running a drug deal.
They realize that the DEA has taken the cars.
I mean, that would
So
mean the
clearly
cars are...
involved with drugs. It doesn't mean the cars are lined with drugs.
Or I didn't know why else Vince would want them unless they had drugs potentially in them that you could then sell to make money. I didn't know he just wanted old school cars here.
Vince is hired for a job. There's a job to steal these cars and then unload them. So, oh my gosh.
Oh, it's not even Vince. It's Vin Diesel. Dominic Toretto. Or there's Vince too.
Yeah, no, Vince is here.
Here's my guess. Vince is probably going to die or something. Something's going to go wrong and Vince will die.
Oh, what, during the heist?
Or just in this film. He's just kind of an expendable character, I feel like. They could kill off for, like, emotional...
Why would you say my boy Vince is expendable? It's a little rude.
I don't know. We'll see in a second, I guess.
Look at that car. I want to Hot Wheel that car.
It's definitely one of the cooler ones that have been in any of the movies. I like that one a lot. I'll have to remember this when we're talking best car on the episode.
Ladies first, after Vince is already gone. So what does that say about Vince? This car suits me better.
Has that guy been in any of the other movies too? The guy to the right of Dom?
No.
I thought he looked familiar.
He is not a previous henchman.
Maybe I have just seen him in other movies or something. He just looks very familiar. I don't know why. Anyway.
Oh my gosh.
I was about to say...
This car is so good.
I totally forgot. Oh my gosh. I was like, where are the other family members? Where's Michelle Rodriguez? I forgot she's dead.
Dead. Dead as a doornail. Where is she going? Uh-oh.
Shouldn't have chosen to fight Dom.
Whatever happens, don't stop the train. Like, why wouldn't you stop the train that thieves are currently robbing?
Yeah, that's a great question.
I don't know. Maybe
was it
because
always
it would
the
tip
plan
off,
to screw off,
but maybe
these guys?
It tips off the thieves and they could get away. So the DEA wanted to not alert our thieves.
I mean, Brian's got to have some mad upper body strength here to...
He's done a lot of tubing, you know, like boat tubing.
Yeah, apparently.
Look at him. He just took a crowbar
off the back like it was nothing.
Vin Diesel's incredible. Dead. Oh my gosh.
Dom just killed a man. Nice.
It's like...
He just strangled the dude with the crowbar? Nice.
It's like Indiana Jones just killing people, and we're aligned with our hero, even though this is clearly straight
Nathan
up murder.
Drake or something like that.
I didn't want to say Uncharted. I didn't want you to call me out. So I went
That's
to
the ludonarrative dissonance biggest example, though. Nathan Drake being
sense.
The world's bloodthirstiest murderer. They're going to drive through a train. They are going to drive into a train.
Oh my gosh. It's such a great set piece.
I don't know if the train would just stop like that, would
but
it?
They did it. Clearly.
It looked way slowed down on that.
Well, I'm not saying that they went in it at full speed. I'm just saying that it's there. It's a great set piece because it shows both Brian and Dom doing what they do best.
So they're going to get in this final car and they're going to shoot out of the train is what's going to happen.
What? No.
Nope, that's just
See?
kidding. Brian's gonna die. And then they're gonna play the Wiz Khalifa song.
That's the 7th movie. Oh my gosh. What a... One offender down.
Yeah, Brian's just been working out a lot, apparently.
He's lean in tone, man. Oh my gosh. Never understood how the
Vin
front
Diesel
of that
looks
car
so
just...
CGI right there. He looked like he was in The
Yeah,
Wheelman.
But I just... It's like, how is the front of that car not demolished? But it doesn't matter. The Corvette is sweet.
Is he gonna... Yep, okay. This
Come
is gonna
on.
be...
It is...
You'll have to tell me the Hot Wheels you bought from this film when it
I-
appears, when that car appears.
I'll show you what I bought. I wanted to buy the GT40. That
Just tell
Mia
me when
drove.
it shows up in this movie.
I will. Oh my gosh. I like how he floors it. Like, we're going to go faster.
You gotta shoot off... What the heck?
This is the best. Oh, I love it so much.
Would you survive that?
Sure.
I mean, maybe.
Sure. Cross your legs the right way. Hit the water just right. They're trained
I
professionals.
mean, I guess the...
car could break the fall.
I was gonna say the car could like break the water because isn't water only hurt to hit if it's like still, like if it's like
Like a
I don't
body
know.
slam.
Yeah, I don't know if there's any science to this whatsoever. What I'm saying.
Oh.
Vince is gonna kill him now.
Vince.
It's at the bottom of the lake.
Not that car.
I like that Dom got out of jail and the first thing he did was he drove a car off a cliff.
I think it's an interesting introduction to our villain here too. No name, just in the shadows.
Is he the villain?
This man is the villain, yes.
I thought The Rock was in this film.
The Rock is in this film.
I thought he was the villain for the first one. I mean, I will see soon enough. I know The Rock chases them down at first.
You'll see.
Before he then becomes part of the family himself.
That man
Yeah, he just
busted out of
rips-
chains. Brian's got baby arms. He can't bust out
No
of
car
chains.
can be worth this, can it? What are they sitting on there?
The American fugitives killed 3ED.
She's going to let her baby daddy die for this car. She's about to smack someone up. It's going to be Michelle Rodriguez, back from the dead, coming in the garage. Dom is her brother, right?
Brother, yes.
Okay.
Brother and sister. Getting ready to murder people. Oh, no.
Oh, well, here goes The Rock's introduction.
Yep.
And then they'll probably team up to take down drug lord dude.
They want that car.
This is going to be where The Rock shows up.
It's time for you to meet Mr. Hobbs.
I was going to say, what's his name? Luke Hobbs? Is that
Yeah.
it?
I kind of just want you to soak this one in. This is... You got your underwear on, Logan?
I do now.
Look at this man.
His goatee is excellent. What is this accent The Rock is using?
Oh! We used it all up on The Rock.
Use the one F-bomb that The Rock is allowed.
What an introduction. Get your underwear on. I love it. Fast and
Way
Furious.
over the top.
Busta. But it makes sense both given their history and their specific relationship, that dynamic between, there's always this underlying tension between them. And it's Fast and Furious, so it's amplified. So it makes sense. But it is fun.
Is this so as far as the no-name villains of the series go, if this guy's going to be the villain, is he better than the other ones? Does he try to get a rat to chew through a man in this film?
No rats. I'm curious to see what you think of him. We'll talk about it. I want you to process it without me reflecting.
I just didn't know if you had any strong opinions on him one way or another, because I know the guy in Too Fast was the person you said is the worst. So
yeah, he is the worst. That holds.
So is this whole movie gonna be in Brazil, or are we?
It is entirely set in Brazil.
Is it? Okay, interesting.
It's not a globe-trotting adventure.
I thought it might be a globe-trotting adventure, and then I realized if this is the main villain man, he's obviously in Brazil, so I figured it would all revolve around him now. So how does the DEA have jurisdiction down in Brazil to go?
Well, the cars were
federal-
seized. We don't understand necessarily the context.
I don't understand. I guess what I'm saying is, how does the federal government have jurisdiction to be like, oh yeah, go get down there, Luke Hobbs, and go chase after.
I don't
the
think
fast
Hobbs is a
gang.
DEA agent.
He's got to be working for the federal government, though, right?
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. The U.S. federal government has no jurisdiction down here, right?
He's chasing him down. That's all we know.
He's like Batman in The Dark Knight when he goes and he gets the Chinese dude and brings
Extradition.
him back to Gotham. Yeah.
Hong Kong doesn't have extradition.
Just smack this head. Man, shouldn't have gone back to Vince. Once a punk, always a punk.
Uh-oh.
Oh, now this guy's dead. I do like that he's grilling Dom for his lifestyle choices and such, even though he's literally the one who...
He's more upset that Dom's not listening to him and entrusting him. They've made these choices, and he's saying that part of it is because you have not listened to me when you should have.
I mean, am I wrong, or does The Rock have like some sort of accent? Or
He sounds like The Rock to me.
he sounds like The Rock, but there's like an intonation with how he's saying his lines.
It feels like early Rock to me.
A little bit.
Like, this is when he was probably still Dwayne The Rock Johnson, Dwayne The Rock.
He still goes by Dwayne Johnson, I think, primarily.
Well, he's Dwayne Johnson now.
Oh, you're saying, yeah, because he used to go by Dwayne
The Rock Johnson.
Give me the damn veggies.
It's so good.
Maybe he just sounds a little younger, too.
He is.
Because he is.
For sure.
I mean, his
see.
movie's, what, 12 years old, I would say? 10 or 12 years old?
It's 2011.
So almost 11, 12 years old now. Yeah.
2011, and he was born in 72, so
I mean, he was not old when this movie was
28. He was 39.
But I hear this man speak.
I mean, he's
on
in his,
almost a daily basis, as weird as that is, because
he's
of
50
like
now.
Instagram.
I mean, yeah, it's a lot.
It is weird that I do probably hear The Rock speak.
Every day.
Probably pretty close to it. The guy is very plugged in on his socials.
It's part of his job. It's how he maintains his popularity and image and runs his businesses.
Hanging out in the Iron Paradise, clanging and banging, drinking my Zoa energy.
You know me as the greatest video game character ever.
Enjoy your gaming.
Like Walter White.
He's just got a massive magnum.
Oh,
I don't think you'd win that. They're surrounded. They're like outnumbered like 5-1.
doesn't matter. It's The Rock.
Uh-oh. We're about to have some fisticuffs.
Too bad the villains aren't very stealthy.
So we're about to have the two foes of the Fast Gang fighting each other. Jumps through a stone window.
I tell you, they're forces of nature.
They're not real humans. They're not
so good.
superheroes, but they're also not human beings. Actually, they may as well be superheroes. They just jumped off a bridge with a car and was fine.
Mm-hmm. It's just this.
He turns around in midair. He hears that.
It's so good. You'll also notice The Rock very sweaty in this movie. He's
pretty
drenched.
sweaty all the time.
He is Superman punch.
I mean, so is Brian here. Look at the front of his shirt.
No. You'll see it. The Rock like a waterfall off his face. You'll see it when.
I mean, if they really film this on location in Brazil, which seems likely, I mean, it's pretty hot down there. He just clotheslined two dudes into a steel cage. Snapped a neck. Nice.
Yeah, he's just murdering people. Second Superman punch. It's just like,
see, look at the front of Brian's shirt. It's like totally drenched. The front of his shirt is.
Absolutely.
I'm not saying he's not. The Rock, I'm sure, will be sweatier. But I'm saying they're all very sweaty. So it just, they must have really been filming this in a hot location, obviously.
I like the idea of a...
Vin's like a gazelle on these rooftops.
Look at him. Saves the cop's life that's got him arrested. Bye.
I just like that The Rock has like a Call of Duty
squad
at his disposal. Yeah.
I like the idea of like a 2-ish month pregnant Mia just running across the rooftops of favelas.
It's easy. Gotta slow it down in slow-mo.
Of course you do. Through the aluminum.
Knew that was happening.
Sweaty boy time. Look at him. He's just glistening.
It's like those old, do you remember those old Gatorade commercials from the 90s?
Oh, yeah.
That's what it looks like. They drink the Gatorade and it would just like drip off them of the same color Gatorade that they were drinking.
Yeah. Orange, blue, green.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Oh. Letty's necklace. Dom's necklace / Letty's necklace / Dom's
It's Letty's? I didn't even know that.
Well, it was Dom's, and then gave it to Letty, and then Letty died, and so Dom got it back.
What happened to Vince? Where'd Vince go? That was his house.
No, it was a hideaway.
I know,
Remember,
but
but he kicked Vince out.
I
Remember, he
know,
kicked
so
him
I'm
out.
wondering where Vince and his family went.
Crucial moment in the family. I would like to say this is an appropriate reaction to finding out your wife is pregnant. This is fairly accurate. Are you kidding me? And then
Kissing?
just making out in a river.
That's what you did?
Yeah, we actually reenacted this entire scene. We crawled through the sewers. I suggested this as a pregnancy photo shoot. Like, can we just go to Brazil in the favelas and take pictures like Brian and Mia?
Our family just got bigger. Is this? I mean, I guess they're making 2 more, and then they're done.
Allegedly.
I was gonna say the full circle moment would really be for the new reboot of the Fast and Furious movies to follow Brian's kid as a new speedster for a new generation or something like that.
Yeah.
As if they've maybe not, or as if they've already not done that. Maybe they have. I don't know.
Overwatch, a video game.
That's where the name came from. The Rock.
I like this guy. This assumes that these special agents
Just no cars.
know how to assemble a car.
Doesn't
I mean,
everybody?
they tore it
It's
down
pretty
to the
common
nuts and
knowledge.
bolts.
Nuts and
I have
bolts.
to say.
Banjo game.
I've built a lot of cars in that game.
I did not. Built a couple.
Probably built
Customized.
too much.
Customized ones that already existed.
Mm.
Wow, drinking around the pregnant lady.
I think about this scene sometimes.
Is this the kind of dad you want to be?
I don't know. Sometimes I think I might. Everything.
Is this the first time Brian's ever mentioned his dad before?
His family outside of these people, yeah.
Because I know Dom's obviously talked about his dad before.
Yeah, because he talked about his dad dying and stuff.
in the first movie.
Yeah.
In the death trap car.
They said it was me that was screaming.
We got to get out, says the guy who doesn't realize he's not even halfway into this franchise.
One more job.
Or he's halfway into this franchise, but not
I
for
was gonna say
not for good
one of-
reasons, unfortunately. Correct me if I'm wrong, but they do write him out as like being like, I'm gonna go be with my family now, right? And then Mia shows up in like the other movies, doesn't she? And she's still running around with him a little bit.
Yeah, I think, given the circumstance of his untimely death, yeah, they write him out in a pretty respectful way. And it makes sense with the character of what they rush it, but it works.
But they
You'll
write
see.
him out in a way that it's like, I'm gonna go be with Mia and my kid and be a family man now, right? Because I have seen that scene obviously, and it's like his
Yeah.
kids. But then I
Here,
know
here.
me.
Hold on. Yeah, watch the team assemble.
Oh,
Here's how they all come together.
we hungry.
Man. Importantly, need 2 precision drivers. The best. Oh my gosh.
So who's all gonna show up here?
It's time to meet. You just saw everyone.
I know, but there were some other people riding up that they didn't really show exactly.
Those are the guys that are going to punch through the walls. See if you remember them.
Is this gonna be Eva Mendes?
No. Who would this be? Who's good with weapons and utilities?
Oh, Gal Gadot, duh. I completely forgot she was in the last movie.
There's your other guys. You don't remember them? Also from Fast and Furious?
They're just at the very beginning, right?
Yes. They're part of the family.
He's always eating.
Why is he always eating?
I don't know.
The family has assembled, Logan. Ah. That job, like, bust.
Just casually tossing that out there. What?
That is, oh my gosh, Roman.
Gal Gadot looks like she looks younger in this movie than Fast and Furious. Doesn't she?
Witchcraft.
Am I wrong? She
No,
looks. She looks.
her hair is different.
I think it's the
hair.
maybe it's the hair, but she
I
doesn't
think
look
it's her hair.
younger because her hair was like largely slicked back in the last movie, wasn't it?
I think it was straight at the very least, like pin straight. So this was the teaser for the movie, was this scene.
Like the original trailer.
Like the teaser trailer, yeah. This scene was the teaser. So what do you think about how the team has now come together?
It's fun. It makes it feel like watching all the other ones was like worth it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't need to have necessarily seen all of them.
Right, because they just say what they are. They're like, we need a circuit man, a fast talker,
Yeah.
community. Like they give you enough if you're new,
Mm-hmm.
but if you know, you know. Oh, fire! You
Some
thinking
men
the
just
Joker
want to
here?
watch the world
Does
burn.
the world burn.
It's not about the money. It's about sending a message. Cool. Now disassemble it.
Did you write this movie?
No. Is that what The Rock's going to tell him?
No, it's fairly close, just attitude-wise. Like, do it again. Look at this. He just has to stare the car down to figure it out.
Oh, there's a missing chip. I knew it.
The chip! Like, chip's a known thing.
Just a classic. Everybody knows that computer systems on cars have chips in them that you can just
With
take.
screens that pop out like that. She provides great, like, outside perspective on Reyes. We haven't seen him a lot.
Because she's a native down here.
Right. So she knows the scene and crimes and stuff. So she can paint us a picture of his cruelty or criminal activity without us actually having to see it all the time. Although we're about to see some.
This guy, I was going to say, this guy's going to die because we got to do the same thing we did in Too Fast, which is
I knew you were gonna
how
compare
evil
this.
how evil is the villain? He's this evil. He kills this man. I assume this guy's dead. He makes a man rat chew through a man.
How evil do you think Reyes will be?
He'll take this man's hat and make fun of his bald spot. That's what he's gonna do.
Close.
Gonna stab something into his head on his desk. He's just deciding what item he wants to use. Yep, he was choosing which decorative item he wanted to smack this man with.
That's how evil he is. But body out of frame, so we can't see the caved in skull. kind of
Oh,
got
I know who this man is. I looked it up finally.
the henchman.
Mm-hmm. I looked him up. I looked up the actor's name. His name is Michael Irby. He is in Barry.
Who is he in Barry?
He's what's his name's lover? NoHo Hank's
Cristobal.
lover. Yeah.
He's Cristobal.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Talk about the glow up, Cristobal. Oh, it is. Holy smokes.
I knew I recognized him. I just couldn't place where.
Man, Barry season 4 is going to be wild.
I think they just started filming that.
They did, yeah. I forget what I was going to say.
What's his name? I can't remember. Why is his name not popping in
Han?
my head? Yeah, Han. Duh. It is nice to have more characters involved here.
Mm-hmm. It's
It
definitely
makes
our
it
biggest cast.
Yeah, it makes it feel like there's. I mean, because there is obviously, but there's more going on. There's more moving parts, which is kind of nice.
This is an ensemble cast, truly. At this point, the series has reached us. Even Fast and Furious, you're looking at
that was
the original parts, and it was 4 actors, and one of them died in the first 20 minutes of the movie.
Died.
Uh-oh.
I still can't wait to see how they do that whole thing.
It's incredible. So what's so great is being an ensemble cast, it's like the other great heist movies, Ocean's 11, for example. Everyone getting together and trying to get one treasure out of one place. And how do they do it?
I feel like Vin Diesel crosses his arms so often in his movies. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's like his go-to look is.
Mission and frickin' sanity. I love Roman, man.
So I guess, I mean, my assumption earlier, or my question earlier about how does Hobbs have jurisdiction down here in Brazil? Clearly Brazil has given them clearance to come work down here with them or something.
And operate and just start murdering people.
Yeah, well, if she's with them,
They are
she's
working with
from
the
Brazil.
cops, yeah.
I was gonna say
She's a cop.
They have to be working with Brazilian law enforcement, which means this is a crossover
Look at
venture from.
Look at that throwback picture
Not
of
Too Fast.
Ludacris. Yeah, with the fro. That's a nice little Easter egg, like back in his Tej days. I wonder if that is an actual picture from that time, or if they
surely.
Yeah, or if they like threw a wig or just did it in Photoshop or something. Ooh.
I like how they do the subtitles in this movie. They're moving
Like
all
stylized?
over the screen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I like how they transition them out when people walk by or move the camera past something. It's very stylish.
Don't look at his PIN number. You have to get your hand swiped. Why does it matter?
It's just better to have it all under lock and key.
How does that guy know if all the money's in there if he can't get into the vault and look at it? This guy won't let him in to look. So now they're going to be getting hunted down by local law enforcement. Hobbs, who's from U.S. federal government. This man's henchmen's and all the bounty hunters and mercenaries in Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
Fun.
Stealth. Very good. I love it. I love Roman. And it's fun because only really two people there know Roman, like truly know him.
Who, Brian and, I guess
And Tej.
Tej, yeah.
We're busting out the LaCroix. I wonder, like, any of this was ad-libbed. Like, I wonder how much ad-libbing Tyrese does, you know? Or how much of Roman is truly scripted.
Yeah, I wonder how many takes they usually do.
Mm-hmm. Or if they're just like, yo, you gotta, we gotta get here, add the, do your thing. I'm curious.
I'm gonna guess that all went exactly to plan.
Dun, dun,
That
dun.
was never it was never the strategy for him to get back there.
Uh-oh.
I wonder if this was fun for those three specifically to get back together in a movie after being in.
I
Too
assume so
Fast.
because, Too Fast was so forgotten at this point, or, low on the
It was just
totem
kind of its
poles.
own thing. I mean, it was obviously involved in the larger series, but even in this movie, all they say is that job.
That
in
job I pulled him.
Miami. They don't even. Yeah.
And he doesn't even say that Tej was there. He's like, he's
Fast
just the
Forward doesn't
best
refer
circuit-
to it at all, really.
Yeah. He's like, you're the best circuit man on the East Coast. Like, it doesn't even mention he's there. This is the same guy that was running the garage in jet ski races. And that's how they explain how Tej is so smart and knows so much.
He's getting all romantic over a safe.
He's speaking in a way that Roman can understand. Sometimes I wonder if it's truly this easy to like break into places. Movies just make it seem you just walk around like you know where you're gonna go. It seems so easy.
I mean, probably to a certain degree, yes. I mean, not as easy as it's painted. Like,
I mean, that was just a parking garage.
Yeah, but if you have the confidence to act like you know what you're supposed to be doing and where you're supposed to be at, I don't know, maybe. Like I've seen a lot of things of people like sneaking into like football stadiums and things like that to go to games.
Mm-hmm.
And they just
Walk around.
walk right in.
They always get the smelly jobs.
Time for poop.
You gotta have a little poop humor in a movie, you know? Oh, it's so gross. Look at this.
They're going to call in the fixer-uppers, and it's their boys who can punch through walls.
They already blew up a pipe. Come on, man. How's this not the short end of the stick on the job? Like, they drew the short straw.
They're trying to find out where this safe is on the other side of the wall, I assume.
No, not quite. It's all good setup, you know, for the heist. It kind of, in a way, to bring
compare
it to video games.
Sly Cooper.
I was gonna say Sly Cooper too. You know, setting up all the heists, doing your little missions, or GTA 5, doing the different missions, all set up for whatever bank heist and stuff. You gotta get some cars, baby.
Just gonna find some random car, or what are they gonna do? Street race people for them? Bet some pink slips.
Dude, it's Fast and Furious.
They are keeping the street racing
Barely.
aspect of the series alive just a little bit.
Very little. This is still back when you could have cars and girls in the movie. It's so like the tiniest taste. They've never been to Brazil. How is this home?
It's their stomping grounds.
The culture. Car racing.
Car racing culture is the same around the world.
I guess it transcends. And here you go, Logan. The Hot Wheel.
Oh, that's the one?
That is the one that came in my 5-pack. The Porsche, baby. Or Porsche. That monster.
How did he even get his car down here?
He drove it down? Because remember, he rolled up at the beginning of the movie in that car. To Vince, that was the car he rolled up in.
Oh, yeah, I guess so. So they drove it from L.A. into Mexico, and then they drove that all the way to South America?
Or he picked that up along the way somewhere. We just know that he showed up in Brazil with the Charger. There you go. You didn't even see the race. But you kind of don't have to at this point.
Nah, you know.
And I like how Dom's reputation has transcended countries. Like, even down in Brazil, they know him by name and his racing status.
It's kind of goofy,
Again,
but
just-
yes.
Yeah, like they just know him. I'm not gonna lie, this is the toughest movie conceptually I've come up with for art for this episode. I still don't have the shot yet. I have some ideas, but this is one of the fun montages. I like how we can just laugh about damaging $100,000
Extremely nice cars, yeah.
The Tokyo Drift man is in love.
But she's in love with Dom.
Ta-da. Think of how much money they're spending on this job.
Yeah, but it's $100 million.
Split evenly.
Well, how much can a bank vault cost? You know, only probably a couple million, I would imagine.
Yeah, is that even a Googleable thing? Like bank vault price?
Probably get an
I feel like you get flagged for that.
What would you get flagged for?
Let's see. Bank vault cost. Bank vault costs 7x12. I'm only getting personal vaults, which I see up to like 25K. And then safety deposit box prices. So it's not very helpful at a quick glance. I like how he's still a man of the people, goes down to the beaches, to the resort. That's why he's eating all the time.
I don't know if that's a healthier habit to pick up. Swapping cigarettes
chips?
for chips. I mean, I guess so.
Yeah, I think
Neither's
his
good.
lungs appreciate it. This is how we get a handprint.
She's gonna go flirt it up with Reyes.
Mm-hmm. Get a handprint. Just walks past bodyguards. Well, gets close to bodyguards. Handprint off the spine. Apparently that's enough right there. That's how you get a handprint.
On her booty.
On a swimsuit that's just big enough. And the first thing he does is touch it.
What a goofy plot point. What a goofy
It's
plot
so
device.
funny. I like it because it does show that Tej and Roman dynamic. Burnt. It's time to get burnt, bro. Hobbs. What's he looking at in that picture?
It's the DSS.
I love it, man. Every line that either comes out of Hobbs's mouth or describes him is just perfect. Like finely crafted wordplay. Blood, bullets, wrath of God. It's his style.
Old Testament type stuff.
Yeah, that's so good. It says so much succinctly.
But it's also so over the top at the same time.
Yes, which matches not only the character of Hobbs,
but the franchise.
The Rock.
Well, the franchise
and the
too.
franchise. He's distilled Fast and Furious in a new edition. It's really actually fantastic writing and casting.
I wonder if The Rock feels like he is Fast and Furious in some ways. Obviously,
Why do you think he gets a spinoff?
Well, not even because of that. I was going to say he was not, these movies were not as big until he showed up in them. Mm-hmm. So telling you, he's using some sort of weird accent.
Ooh.
He's seen the other movies.
This is your plot point you brought up
like an hour ago.
That's why I didn't want to answer it, because that's a plot point. This is Brazil. I love how they show the Porsche guy defending Dom now.
And he lost his Porsche fair and square.
That's how we settle Hobbs for a bit. We're just like, he doesn't have jurisdiction.
Yeah,
Get
which
him
is
outta here.
literally the first thing I said as soon as he showed up. I was like, how can he actually do this?
That's what's so fun about
This
it.
hate between them is real. They get all the way down there only to be told that they have no jurisdiction, and now they just leave.
It's getting a little sweaty in here, man. That's what people want to hear on a movie commentary. How sweaty it's getting. Uh-oh. Now we're tracking them.
She's going to be the girl in the chair.
This isn't Spider-Man.
She can't be driving around. She's got a child in her.
This is true. 3 months pregnant. 3 months.
Would you let your wife drive around a Dodge Charger and steal a bank vault right now?
Not now. She's 8 months pregnant. Or 7.5 months pregnant? What is she? She's 32 weeks today as we're recording this. By the time people hear this, my child will be like one-ish. Which is wild. Time is
Really?
weird. Well, if this is late summer, early fall, yeah. She'll be
I guess so.
between 9 months and 1 year.
Why don't you say her name then?
Nice try. So this scene in particular, him getting his necklace back, this was a point I remember because this was the first PG-13 my parents let me see on my own and actually like make the decision that I was old enough to see in theaters. And so part of this decision process was you've got to like read the parent guide and like know what you're going into. So it was like, here's all the times, all the swear words in it, the kind of violence.
Really?
And then this was
PG-13? You would have been... How old would you have been? 2011? You would have been 15 or 16?
Yeah. This is a big deal. Like, on my own, my parents... Obviously, I had seen PG-13 movies before that.
But your parents pre-screened them or whatever?
Right. My parents let me watch The Matrix when they rented that on DVD. That was probably a poor decision at the time, age-wise. But so this was the one that I got to decide to go see by myself. And this scene in particular was kind of under the like sexual content type of area because he just puts his hand right in her chest to grab the necklace. And like, so that's always stuck in my mind as a parental red flag.
Because he grabs a necklace off of her chest.
Mm-hmm. I apologize. I've told this story. Her husband was killed.
Yeah,
she
I've
signed up
seen
to
it.
be a
I've
cop.
seen it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to make sure you got that. Because I had story time. She calling out Letty.
Are they going to make out?
Not right now.
Not right now. Dom's got to find some other loving before Michelle Rodriguez inevitably comes back.
Remember, Letty's dead. Logan, Letty's dead.
That's what I'm saying. But not for long.
You don't know that.
I do, unfortunately.
So we're back to our drifting. What do you think? I've always thought this conceptually would be kind of cool to have some sort of game that builds to a singular heist a lot instead of just a bunch of different heists with smaller missions that build to smaller heists. Like one big thing. Like I feel like training, the drifting track and stuff. I don't know. I've always kind of
I think it could work well as like a smaller experience.
Yeah, a tighter game.
Maybe something like something
Spec
like
Ops: The Line kind of length.
I was thinking maybe something more like what's the from Haze Light, like the A Way Out people, something on that level where it's like a little big enough budget but not an extreme budget. Like
I bet
4 to 5 hours.
Got a pretty decent budget.
Probably. I think it Takes Two did pretty well.
Take-Two's having a show or a movie done too now.
And The Rock is involved with it.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. Are they all going to jump in front of a train again?
Look how nonchalant they are with $1 million.
He said YOLO.
What I like about this race before it starts, no nos. This is true.
But
And
they're
what's
all
great
driving
is
the
it-
same car, aren't they?
Yeah, same car, no nos. And we've got every movie up to this point represented.
Tokyo Drift, which I obviously haven't
With
seen.
Han.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's a really good race. And that's part of it. Oh!
I'm hungry. He said it again. I didn't know he ever said it again. That's great.
Monica!
I was going to say, yeah.
No, I know it's not. It wasn't Roman, but
They got to let Brian win one of these
why?
because he never
They
has.
didn't know he was gonna die.
Well, no, because he never has, and he's always been trying to prove himself.
He wants the cash and the respect.
Are they just going to tie? No one's truly the best.
You're all like, Brian has to win, and I'm like, well,
I was going to say, he needs to finally get his respect that he's been trying to get for 4 movies now.
he's like a little kid, man. Oh,
Robin is moment of glory. That's actually really great because it allows Brian to have his moment, but the movie is also subtly saying, "But Dom is still the best."
exactly. Look who's back.
And he just shows up out of nowhere in this grocery store.
You're all like, man. I'm like, look, Vince is back. The family. Bye, bye, bye. Just like layers, baby. This movie's all about layers. Everyone's like, who is this
I was gonna
guy?
say, Roman doesn't know who this is.
I like how Mia's out openly grocery shopping while they are undercover.
Well, they need
trying
food.
to rob.
Where do you want them to get food? Amazon?
But like she's like out in the open grocery shopping. Like you gotta have a runner. Gotta be more subtle, man. It's family, bro.
But he didn't reach first.
He's in trouble. He's gotta say grace first.
I like that he talks in Portuguese or Spanish or one of the two.
I think
and
they
then
speak Spanish.
and then he responds every time in English.
yes. And when it's either or. So when one of them is in Spanish, the other is in English because
Yeah.
they both can do it. It's great little character. That's Tej's dream.
Is Han gonna kiss Wonder Woman?
What?
Is he gonna
Right
put
now?
the moves on her?
I don't know. I'm Wonder Woman. Maybe.
What is her name? I can't remember.
Gal Gadot.
No, her name in this film.
Oh, Giselle.
Giselle, that's right. So now they're splitting it 10 or 10 ways?
No,
There's
10
always
ways would've
there's
been
always room for
for
family.
family. No, there were 11 people, now there are 12.
Okay.
Or there are 9 people, and now there... Yeah, that's what it is. There were 9, and now there are 12. Oh, apologies. I need a mute switch really bad.
That's like one of the most famous lines in the series, isn't it? There's always room for family.
Always room for family.
That's one of the most. That's one of the gifs or memes you see the most, at least.
It was one of the gifts I tweeted out for promoting this season. Again, just bringing the lines in. It's well written. I love, man.
Bringing the lines back.
Yeah.
Vin's the happiest uncle.
Look at him. And that right there, that's an example of Vin Diesel actually acting. His face totally says, I let you in. Like, that's actually a really good moment for him in this character.
You need the Coronas back. We haven't seen a Corona in a bit.
The Corona sponsorship was not active in Fast 5.
They've not been drinking Coronas the past couple films. Got to change that.
Don't worry, it comes back.
I was going to say, I assumed from here on out, that was the final family moment, and now we're going to get the heist until the movie closes, I'm going to guess. It's going to be
Welcome.
pedal to the metal with the heist, and the Hobbs stuff has to come to a head in some way, I would imagine, beyond what it's already done.
No extradition. You know what would be really great? I was looking up Vin Diesel voice acting credits there for a second.
Oh, did you know he's Groot?
Well, yeah, I know he's great. And the Iron Giant.
He is the Iron
Yeah, I'll tell
Giant.
you
I
in a
forgot
second.
about that. Hobbs is back, and he says, I got a warrant this time.
He has to go crush the car. I'll tell
That
you.
car's
my
a
idea
curse.
later. Vin versus The Rock. Look at this man fighting the arm elbow bar or whatever.
He just rips off his vest.
This movie's incredible. Gotta spit.
I like that none of Hobbs'
remember-
boys is backing him up, even though they've all got guns and are right around the corner.
He's Old Testament, baby. I love this. At the time, I remember being so hyped to watch Vin Diesel and The Rock fight. Like, that was so cool in 2011 to me. He's about to go superhuman. Look at those eyes.
He sees that his family is being threatened. He just speared him out a window through a table.
It's wrestling. I like how the only people, they're calling for Dom to stop fighting.
Because they know he's racking up charges by the moment.
It's a great moment there.
He killed The Rock.
Rock's dead. No, it's
Hobbs
a great
and Shaw 2 is canceled.
It's a great narrative moment because The Rock did pick it up and try to hit him, which is what Dom did do and put him in jail the first time. But there's when Dom does show restraint and actually doesn't kill someone or go down that path. So it does show that he does have some restraint, and that his character has grown. It's great. And that he's morally superior to
the rest,
Hobbs, even though he's the criminal.
So the others are out doing the job, though, aren't they?
They're out set up.
Okay.
Setting up. It's time to catch them.
So how did they just all of a sudden decide they can arrest him now? Did he say that when they busted in?
He just doesn't care.
Oh.
Because they were alone, isolated. He tricked them.
Gotcha.
And they're going to go get to the embassy to jurisdiction and just deal with it there. RPG. Boom.
Every time they have said favela in this, I've just thought of Modern Warfare 2. The couple times that they have, at least.
I assume that'll be in the new game.
Maybe.
Later this year. I assume so.
I just want Rust back.
Oh my gosh, Rust.
1v1 me on Rust, bro. Shotties only.
We used to play 2-on-2. Is it Sabotage where you had to disarm the bomb? I think
so,
like you'd lay the bomb. We do 2-on-2 Sabotage on Rust for hours. It was awesome. The only way you could win was it was a battle of attrition.
That rocket flew right by that man's head.
The rocket survives.
His boys are going down. He's going to be forced to team up with the family.
No. What? Sad grenade.
Two sad grenades.
I had to really make sure he's dead.
If you didn't
so now,
I do like that they threw one in there. It's like, oh, did you see that one drop? Well, here's another one in case you missed it. It's very overdone. It's great.
That's Fast and Furious. We need 2 grenades. Now,
the family.
Luke Hobbs owes Dom a life debt now.
He's like he's the Chewbacca of the Fast and Furious franchise.
Exactly.
There's always room for family.
Hobbs isn't family yet. Calm down.
This is the beginning of it, though, clearly.
Yes. Again, I just like how everyone is trained. Just assault patterns, defensive strategies. They're in the tank now. The tank truck. Boom. Crystal ball over here. Living another day. The one henchman that just won't die.
I do like that the only cop that ended up living was the one they focused on, the woman. And they're going to kill off Vince, like I said at the start of the movie. I was going to say,
Again, I couldn't say anything.
I was going to say, the only people they're going to kill off is those who are expendable.
It's a sweet moment. Now, you've got
that was the weirdest death ever, because he was just shot in the side and he was holding it and he wasn't even acting like he was that hurt.
Sure.
Except he was just like, you gotta tell my kid what's up, Dom.
You gotta meet my kid. But you gotta admit, this is way 10 times more effective than Jesse's death. We have some relation to Vince.
Oh yeah, because
He's
we
got a
give it
son
time
now.
to breathe.
Yeah.
At least for a little bit here. Because in the first movie, Jesse died and they're like, quick, hop in the cars. We're chasing these boys down. Not if you get help from The Rock, then you'll be able to pull it off.
It's a trap. Everyone's telling him to quit. I'm out here preaching. Didn't know we were going to church today. Dom's like, I'll do this on my own. But who stands with him? The Rock. Yeah.
I'll now break the law and become everything I hate.
Why? He's Old Testament. It's so good.
So now because The Rock is in, they're all in.
I'd join. If Rock said I'm in, I'd be in. So it's gone beyond just stealing his money.
They're now trying to lure him out too.
Yeah. They're going fishing.
All right, let's see a safe go through a street.
It's so good. I'm gonna since you know that's
I do know
here.
that one set. I gotta say I don't really know too many of the other set pieces from the other movies though.
You know that set piece. I'm gonna tell you right now, that is real. They actually drag like a prop, like a safe through the streets. Now there will be obvious CG moments.
Yeah.
But afterward, I will tell you which parts were real, and I think you will be shocked. But I want you to be thinking about how they're really dragging this thing through the street. It amplifies everything. Ugh. I love this car. It's just a tank. Look at this.
Just whips out the assault rifle, starts killing everybody. He's got to use the noob tube.
Oh, the
grenade
launcher
launcher he's got
bottom?
on it? Yeah.
Back to our Call of Duty references.
Yeah, this is just a live-action Modern Warfare 2 film.
No Russian? No Portuguese?
Yeah, no Portuguese. Remember, no Portuguese.
What a... Dang, man. No Russian... we'll talk about this later. Oh, my God.
Are these the cars they always intended to use?
Those are the cop cars, reinforced, yeah. You'll see they have chassis on the back of them.
I thought they were using the Porsche.
They wanted to. That's why they stole the cop cars. They realized they couldn't beat the cameras, so they stole cop cars so they could drive in unnoticed in the security camera.
I missed that part then. I mean, that all looks real so far.
That is real. That camera almost got taken out by that thing.
She is the woman in the chair.
She's pregnant. What are you going to do? Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, listeners. You're just going to hear me breathe a lot in this movie. I like this is they all know the street names of this town they've been in for a couple weeks.
He can read the signs.
Not this fast. Oh my gosh.
I think some people might be dead.
Everyone dodged that. That part, real. The people obviously there know.
The people
they really
dead.
did roll. They did roll that through a building. Intentionally, obviously, but like, gosh, this... I love it. They're driving one-handed with walkie-talkies with a safe.
These are the best drivers on earth.
2 precision drivers.
Look at that. Look at that. They're using it as a weapon.
Imagine the choreographing this whole scene. Like, they had to think of every cool thing they could do with a safe attached to the back of 2 cars.
I like that he's driving backwards too.
It's... yeah, man. Also real, by the way, crashing into the car there. I think actually one of them fractured a bone.
Nice rotation, Brian. These people are just trying to enjoy their coffee. They see a safe come zooming by.
This was something I always wanted Mythbusters to test.
If you could really drive a safe through a city.
If you could really drag a safe like that and turn it and move it.
I don't know.
I mean, obviously the one they drag in the when filming it was hollow,
Yeah.
which cut a lot of the weight, obviously. But like, I always wanted MythBusters to figure this one out for me.
I would
I think
guess. I would guess no, but I'm not sure. You would need a lot of horsepower, and you would need a sturdy enough car.
I don't know.
I feel like the winches would break almost, but maybe I'm wrong about that. I don't know how much. I don't know what the towing capacity of a winch is on a car.
Nah, it would depend on the winch. It would be built for whatever towing capacity, and then obviously they've reinforced these cars, and it's enough to be believable in this movie, though.
Yeah, for sure. It doesn't seem far. It doesn't seem far fetched. Like them jumping off a bridge and landing in the water and just being perfectly fine is almost more far fetched.
This was a scene. I didn't learn this was actually practical for the most part until a couple of years ago.
I mean, it looks extremely real. I would have thought it was practical.
But I always had an inkling that it was real. Like it feels, that way. It has a tangible quality to it. And just having that confirmed years later always felt good to me. There you go. Here's your stealthy cop cars. It's so... They give him the best lines.
He has all the best one-liners for sure, yeah.
It's so fun.
Where's Giselle? She's going to have to show up here.
I like how Reyes is actually out chasing this safe down, as if he can stop it, like physically, like he has the power to stop it physically. I love it.
He's an arrogant rich fellow. That's how they act, I guess.
He's the villain. They can't outrun us on the bridge. Dun, dun, dun.
He's going to try to one-man drag this vault?
He's not going to try, Logan. He's going to.
He's just going to try to rush him with the vault?
Oh my gosh. This is the best.
Giselle's going to have to come in here and do something, save him. Because she still has not played her part.
We finally got our Nos. First use of Nos in the movie.
And where's Tej? He's doing a wheelie.
Where is everyone?
Where's Vince?
Where's The Rock?
I was going to say, The Rock is the other one that's going to swoop in and do something.
Vince is dead.
Yeah, I know. I'm kidding.
Okay. You gotta think if you're Dodge, you kind of gotta love this as a commercial for your car. It's like our car is so powerful it could drag us safe.
But also your cars are getting destroyed.
Yeah, but they're bad guys.
Yeah, they could just make this a commercial for the Dodge Charger. I think it's a Charger, right?
That's a Charger, yeah. It's one of my favorite kills.
Just lops off the top of
with
that.
the sword slice sound effect. Oh my gosh.
I like that he has so much control over this safe that he's just been able to wipe out literally all the officers.
I like how everyone is terrible at killing him.
That too. I like that they have no plan other than just...
Look at this precision. Boom.
Is he going to use the car to kill them? Wow. Just like he planned. Knock one out with the safe. Kill the bad guy with the other one.
He's a precision driver.
Apparently.
Doesn't crack
He's the
under
greatest
pressure.
driver of all time. The Rock's going to have to
Cristobal.
show up. And he's going to say a one-liner. No. It's his real brother.
Brother from another mother.
Man, for all that talk of The Rock being the first guy on board, like, I'll do it. I'm coming with you, Toretto. He sure did nothing. Just rolls
Well,
up
he
after.
he got him in the building.
He did, I guess. He fired all these.
Straight up execution.
He didn't even look either. He's going to make love with her in that 24 hours. He's going to take a page out of Brian's playbook and just fire away.
I'll see you
There's
soon.
the GIF.
I actually think that was the GIF I used to promote this
I'll see you soon.
season. Yeah,
That's a classic.
because it was. Yeah, it's another good moment. So Logan, I got a question for you. Where was Giselle?
It's a good question. Did she swipe the money? I was gonna say because there's no way they're.
Is she in the safe?
There's no way they're leaving.
It would be. She would be dead if she was
There's
in the
no
safe.
way they're leaving 100 mil behind.
How did they? Take the
Tej
money.
probably did something.
But they hooked it up at the bank, and they've been driving ever since. How did they switch out the vault?
Oh, with the fake one.
How could they get the money? Hey yo.
With the fake one they had.
Mm-hmm.
How did they hook that
There's
up though?
Giselle.
She's driving a garbage
was on-
truck.
It was on the front of the garbage truck.
I know, but how did they hook
They
it?
just hooked it up.
That was very quick.
They precision drivers. They just played them like a fiddle. One of the great heist, like, haha, we've pulled it over, wool over your eyes type thing. Let's hope the handprint was good enough.
The booty handprint. I mean, oh, he gave them 24 hours. I was going to say, if The Rock really wanted the money back, he knows exactly where they're at.
He gave him 24 hours. Come on, and he respects the play. So whenever this song plays at weddings, I always think of this movie.
I've never heard this song in my life.
I hear it all the time at weddings. You will now notice it at weddings.
Now they can pay off their debt for getting the fake safe because somebody put that on their charge card for sure.
Who's got a credit card that could max that out?
Maybe Giselle has a lot of money from the previous crime lord she worked for.
So I'm going to tell you right now, as we're in this kind of wrap up, keep the movie going. This is one with a
Post-credits scene.
credit scene. So just keep it rolling.
He's going to go gamble all his money away. Oh my gosh.
Does it stress you out?
It's going to be green. They're both going to lose their money.
You don't have to know. You assume this is back in Miami because Tej is in a garage.
They only got like 10 mil each. Like, that's not that much. It's a lot, don't get me wrong, but
Two in the Western Hemisphere.
what car is that?
I have no idea.
Are they on the Autobahn?
Yes, they're making out on the Autobahn in a Lexus.
Does he look at the
God,
camera?
Justin Lin's out here playing with my heart.
He should have looked at the camera as he said that.
See, I contemplated finding a dress like this for Abby. I actually have tried very hard. I cannot find this skirt dress combo thing.
Oh, because she's pregnant here.
Mm-hmm. She's actually like visibly pregnant. It's like we could be Brian and Mia. I could have shaved this beard down to just that kind of stubble, cut the hair.
You wouldn't have been as cool, though, unfortunately.
No, not even close. Oh, look at that.
He's got a new woman in his life, and she's a cop.
We've got a nice GTR and a nice Charger now. She's got a coconut. She's drinking out of a coconut.
Is The Rock gonna pull up?
No. Come on.
Oh, they got a race one last time.
That's how we roll.
I do like.
So keep it
I
running.
do like that running theme though between all these movies. I mean, it starts way back with the first one, and it has continued ever since. All he wants is his respect. At the end of the day,
Yeah, he just wants a fair race. So we're gonna watch this animated race.
is the credits at the
To
very
get to
end or
the-
in the mid here?
It's after this,
Okay.
I believe, if I remember correctly. So we'll let this go through, but this, in the theater and stuff, you'd sit and watch this anyway.
Yeah, no,
'cause
for sure.
it's an animated cinematic and all that. But just quick, I know we're going to do a whole show later, but, quick gut
It's
check.
good.
Come on, how's
no,
Fast
that's
Five?
fun. It's a fun flick.
But
It's got all the characters back. Obviously, it's a good ensemble. It's cool to see all of them finally showing up in this, on the same
the step
screen.
from 4 to 5.
Yeah, even Vince, who I was not expecting him to be in this movie.
I'm glad that was a surprise for you.
I did not know
And
that.
he plays such a minor role, but it's
Yeah, he's not hugely involved.
it's fun.
But yeah, it's cool to see that they got them all back. I mean, we'll get into more specifics. The Rock's good. The Rock.
Yeah,
this
we'll-
is a
we'll
good.
save
This
it
is
for
a good starting point for The Rock. I'm curious to see how he develops from here. And I will say, like, I genuinely, from here on out, there's not a lot that I know about the future movies. I know broad things, like I know Letty comes back.
Sure.
I know Kurt Russell's in the other movies. I know Charlize Theron is like the villain in the other movies, and then John Cena shows up eventually. But I don't really know the set pieces in any of these movies, other than like
Okay.
the most recent one, I guess, is the one that I remember seeing a lot of things from. I don't really remember 6 and 7 very much, or 8 for that matter. But 9, I remember seeing the trailers for that a lot.
So here you go.
Was Eva Mendes going to show up? Is she actually? Oh, no. Oh, my gosh.
Let's go.
She works for him now? Or with him? Oh, my gosh.
Do you believe in ghosts, Logan? I'm telling you, there's never been a post-credit scene in my life that I haven't never been that hyped for a post-credit scene before. I was like, oh my God, how is she alive?
Is that the only time Eva Mendes shows up, or does she appear again outside of that?
That is the only time Eva Mendes
oh
comes
my gosh.
back. You were asking me after Too Fast. I was like, she comes back. Very
I do like
briefly.
that though, because it puts all of them in this movie. I mean, everybody
Everyone-
except for Michelle Rodriguez, strangely. I mean, she kind of shows up at the end there, I guess, but she is the
Yeah,
only
she's-
person from the first 5 movies that is really not in this, major character-wise at least.
Mm-hmm. But she comes back fairly quickly. So really, she's only gone for one movie, and Too Fast, Too Furious, and Tokyo Drift, because they weren't in those movies.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's how they set up that Michelle Rodriguez is actually alive and all that stuff, which is, it's that post-credit kind of hype type deal. So very fun. Very, very fun. But yes, that was our Fast 5 movie commentary. Thank you so much for listening along with us as we go through this movie. It's, like I said at the top, one of my favorite movies of all time, and I'm very happy I got to watch it with Logan for his very first time. You can, of course, check out the rest of the season about the Fast and the Furious, including the episode on Fast 5. We have another commentary for Too Fast, Too Furious. That's it on the commentaries. We just want to do 2 of them. So thank you so much for listening. You can follow the show on Twitter at Chapter Select, and Logan on Twitter at Moreman12, and his writing at comicbook.com. Follow myself on Twitter at MaxRoberts143 and my writing over at maxfrequency.net. We want to thank you so much for being members and supporting the show directly. We really appreciate it. And until next time, adios.